What up, Laker fans? Doug McCain here for the LA Sports Report. You can follow me at DMAC_LA. For all the latest Lakers news and rumors, be sure to subscribe to the LA Sports Report YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and I want all your takes right down below in the comments section. I want all your takes on today's topic right down below in the comments section. And for all the latest Lakers news and rumors, head over to the LASportsReport.com. Big news today in the association. Just a few minutes ago, Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted out the tentative schedule for the NBA's Christmas Day lineup. So just a few minutes ago, Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted, ESPN sources, tentative Christmas Day schedule. The first game starts at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's the Pelicans at Heat. Then at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, Warriors at Bucks. Then 5 o'clock, Nets at Celtics. Then 8 p.m., the primetime game is Mavericks at Lakers. So Mavericks at Lakers, we're going to get into that one in just a second here. But the nightcap, you got the Clippers at Nuggets. So the 10:30 game is the Clippers at Nuggets. But the thing that really jumps out at me first is I can think of a couple different teams I would have rather seen the Lakers play on Christmas Day. I would have rather seen them play, first and foremost, the Los Angeles Clippers. With all those competitive games last year, the fact that the Lakers were unable to match up with them in the Western Conference Finals, that was the Battle of LA, right? We were waiting for that matchup all season long, and unfortunately, they didn't hold up to their end of the bargain, and they blew a 3-1 lead.
That's brilliant.
And then I would also rather see them play the Miami Heat. I think the Miami Heat game with Dragic healthy, with Bam healthy, a rematch of the NBA Finals coming just a few months after that final game, I think that would have been a better matchup. Or how about the Lakers versus the Milwaukee Bucks? That's another matchup that I felt that we should have had last year. It was supposed to be this collision course between LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the best in the West versus the best in the East. But unfortunately, they, like the Clippers, didn't hold up to their end of the bargain. Yes, Giannis got injured, but they got beat by a better Miami Heat team in that second round. So I'd rather like to see him play the Bucks. Or how about the Nets? Look, you got KD, you got Kyrie, you got the Nets that could definitely vie for a championship next year. But we all know why the league paired the Lakers with the Mavericks, and it's because of Luka Doncic. The real Slav Shady, he's already one of the best players in the NBA. Next year, he could win an MVP. He's that good. And last year, the Lakers, they had some nail-biters against this Dallas Mavericks team. You remember, there was the game where Kobe Bryant attended where he was talking trash to Luka Doncic. We're never going to forget that. And there was the game in Dallas where Danny Green hit that corner three to send it into overtime. So you know what? There could be a very competitive game, but in that time slot, that primetime game, that marquee matchup, I want to see a game with a little more sizzle. Yes, Dallas is a good team. Yes, Luka Doncic is a budding superstar. No, he's already a superstar, but I think this is the league telling you that, hey, they want Luka Doncic to be the face of the league. Because look, yes, Zion Williamson is great and all. Yes, Giannis is great and all. But they're telling you that, hey, you're putting the premier flagship franchise of the NBA that features LeBron James, Anthony Davis, coming off an NBA championship in that primetime slot. And yes, it could be a very competitive game, but based on the matchups that were available, these matchups just aren't it. So I'm going to give you my NBA Christmas Day lineup. These are the matchups, how I would have scheduled it, and I would have started the day off with the Celtics versus the Nuggets. Not too many storylines there, but you don't start off Christmas Day with the best game. You got to get everyone warmed up. Everyone's still unwrapping presents. I'm still not getting my PS5 that day. And you start off with the Nuggets, Celtics. You got Jason Tatum versus Jamal Murray. Look, you have the Nuggets. They're the pot of gold, right? They have the leprechaun looking for the pot of gold. So I'll start off with the Celtics and then the Nuggets. The next game, I would do the Miami Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis was injured in that second round series, and I want to see the Milwaukee Bucks get a rematch against the Miami Heat. Hopefully the Miami Heat wear their new Vice City uniforms that they debuted today. Those are fire. They should never retire those. So I would go with the Miami Heat versus the Bucks in the second game. And then for the third game, the 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, I'm going with the Warriors versus the Brooklyn Nets. How did they not schedule that game? KD versus the Warriors, Steph versus KD. You got Kyrie versus the Warriors. Again, that would be a great matchup. Who would not want to see that? You have some of the best shooters on the planet playing in the same game. To me, that was the game there for the third game. Now, the primetime game, the no-brainer. The Battle of LA, the Clippers versus the Lakers. We all wanted to see it last year in the Western Conference Finals. We were deprived of that matchup, right? We were cheated out of that matchup because they blew a 3-1 lead against the Denver Nuggets. And as far as NBA rivalries go, they come and go. You had the Lakers versus the Trailblazers, the Lakers Lakers versus the Kings, the Lakers versus the Suns, Lakers versus the Celtics. But right now, the Lakers versus the Clippers, that's the preeminent rivalry in the NBA, and you want to see Kawhi Leonard in his prime against LeBron James. Look, the NBA did not have to overthink this. Look, that's like if you had The Rock versus Stone Cold available, and you went with The Rock versus Triple H. Like,
The Rock has come!
Look, I haven't watched wrestling in a while, but I'm saying that you go with that matchup that everyone wants to see, and everyone wanted the Lakers versus the Clippers. Because, look, you can't count on the Clippers to make it deep in the playoffs after what we saw last year, so there is no guarantee we're going to get that matchup in the Western Conference Finals. So what's the next best thing? You give it the next best stage, which is that Christmas Day game. So, look, I think the Lakers versus the Clippers, that should have been the matchup in the primetime slot. And then the nightcap, how about you put Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks versus Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans? To me, that's the future game. That's the future stars of the NBA, the future faces of the league game. You pair Zion versus Luka. Everyone wanted to see it, and that would have been the game right there. You could showcase both of them in the same game. I think that's what the NBA should have done. I'm not happy with the Christmas Day matchups. Look, hey, I think the NBA, they're always going to be great games, but I think the NBA had a real opportunity to put together some real must-see TV games, but instead, they gave us these half-baked matchups. They're still going to be great matchups. I'm still going to watch them. But the other matchups that I gave you, I'm telling you, those are better matchups, and those are matchups that would bring eyeballs to the TV screen. Look, I'd watch any matchup in the NBA. I'd watch the Knicks play the Knicks. I'm an NBA junkie, but I would love to see the Lakers versus the Clippers, Mavs versus the Pelicans. Look at these matchups. The Nets versus the Warriors, the Nuggets versus the Celtics, the Heat versus the Bucks. Those were the 5 matchups that the NBA should have gone with. But I want to know your matchups down below in the comments. Did the NBA get it right for their Christmas Day lineup of games? Let me know down below in the comments. One more quick takeaway, too. I didn't see the Houston Rockets. No Houston Rockets for the Christmas Day games. Maybe that says that Harden and Westbrook are going to be dealt. I don't know if that's something, if that means something, but Houston has played on Christmas Day for the last few seasons, and I think that the omission of the Rockets is definitely telling. But give me your lineups down below in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the LA Sports Report YouTube channel. We've got all the latest NBA news, Lakers news and rumors. Subscribe right here. And then for all the latest Lakers news, head over to the LASportsReport.com.